End phase. Also, wait, ballista? Yeah, you can unlock ballistas in this one. I think you can get some other heavy artillery too. Oh, they're coming from there. Wasn't expecting that. It looks like some of them might be coming from off screen, but this is fine. Okay, maybe I don't want to do that. Poison that guy, just kind of... Oh, that's a tough splitter. Whatever. I'm just gonna slowly just chunk that splitter down, especially while we're this early in the round. There's, like, what else am I going to do? And we do bonus damage against isolated enemies, but I don't think there's much I can do about that. For the moment. And we're very low on mana, so let's not squander anything until we're ready for it. I was on the fence, but this looks way too good to just let sit by. The last spell is one of the best games to come out of this year. Like, not even being hyperbolic here. This game is great. Okay, so how are we looking? A lot of them coming up. Which is kind of fine. It means I'm going to have to really rush out this direction. And he doesn't have the speed booster, but it's fine. Who still has AP? Oh, he does. Yeah, what else am I going to do with it? I appreciate that they're coming from the north side of the OST too. Oh, it's so good. Oh, here we go. This is what I was looking for. Putrid Ball. And we get 18 mana back. So this guy can just... This guy can just drop some balls today. How long does that poison last? A damn while. Cool. We also have the death beam, but I think I'll just pass on that. Okay. Looks like this guy's going to be able to hit. I don't think the blockers actually do a lot of damage, though. Okay. And this guy's a damn tank. So he's probably just going to hang here and do whatever dark business I can do with him. They'll just kind of distract. Alright, how we looking? Decent amount of juice. Not a whole lot to worry about yet. Do we start with one of these? Yeah. Now's a decent time for it. I can fire off one of those per round. Baseline. Okay. Pop those. None of these guys look like they're armored. So I can just start picking them off. Hostile Amista. Sure. Why not? Okay, let's slow the splitter down, because we don't want nothing to do with it. Okay. Pop these guys out. I don't think there's really much else I want to do here. Just kind of abuse. We need to get Bellion another weapon, just so they actually have something else to do. Alright, there's nothing else. Perfect. Oh, thanks be to those ballistas for existing. Okay. So. That's a lot of enemies. Just kind of plonk those. I know they're kind of coming this direction, but that's not that big of a deal. Let's see, I don't see any other biggins. Just make it so that guy can't move. And we've got one more poison shot. I guess I'm just going to poison this guy. He just can't move. He is not allowed. Did I do a fireball? Nah. Seems premature. There we go. Just kind of chilling. Okay. And you're out of juice. Let's take a look at this. So I've got more putrid orbs to just kind of dole out. Move further up. Can I just orb these guys? Hell yeah. Alright, let's kind of soften up some of the enemies that are in my general vicinity. I can't see this guy? What? What? Alright. That's weird. It's fine. Alright, how you doing? Give this guy a bonko. He should not exist. Because it doesn't really matter. Get him with a hammer. And then, like I said, this guy's tough enough that he can probably just kind of hang there and not have to worry too much, as long as he's got his back to a wall. Speaking of, I should probably get him the back to the wall perk. Alright, anybody else have anything to do? Not really. And it doesn't look like, apart from my melee fighter, none of them are in danger. Oh, Shield Boyo blocks line of sight. That makes sense. Oh, I love it. Okay. I just shook my wrist a little bit. My watch is like, great, you're getting exercise. I'm like, I don't think you understand what just happened here, but alright. Alright. Let's see. This guy's poisoned, but not for very long. I think we mostly want to just kind of pepper them down so they can't do anything. Oh, the one thing of note. Bellion does bonus damage against isolated targets. So we really should be picking off the isolated targets with them. And that's about all they can do, unfortunately. Like a well-placed fireball up there. That seems like a good spot for it. Yeah. Okay, do we poison anybody else? Who can even move? You apparently can. Let's just guarantee that Clara ain't getting anywhere. Okay, and they're safe. Ooh, look at this mess. Is that even worth it? I don't think so. Boy, this guy is a right fiend with a hammer. Alright, let's go back up here. Oh, it's the blockers again. Do we do much else? Nah. Just pop some of these suckers. We're good. Gonna take a bit, but I don't think I have much to worry about. I'm really digging Infect. It does do bonus damage against isolated units, but there pretty much aren't any of those in this immediate vicinity. So it's fine. I move back here. That's safe. Anybody have any more actions? No. Alright, perfect. Oh, that is so solid. No. Okay. I forgot. Those guys are sufficiently rude. Oh, I need to hit this shit. Out of range, they say. Hell with that, I say. And do we drop another one, like, right here? Let's just spread the lovin's. Perfect. This guys, none of these guys are moving. Alright, hit him. Perfect. Okay, so how's this area looking? Actually pretty clean. I don't think these guys are getting very far at this point. None of them have any long-lasting AoEs to work with. Whatever. It's fine. And yeah, we're definitely going to need a mana shrine after we're done with this area. Do you do bonus damage against isolated? Gosh, I've forgotten who I've given perks to be honest. Stop dodging me. I know it's your shtick, but still. Okay. Do we have anything else? Poison that guy. Poison that guy. Nothing else. Nobody's even gonna come close to reaching. You. I guess I'll just move back one. Actually, over here. That's fine. Let's see. Hammer boy. Yeah, I figured you'd still have something to do. Let's give these guys an eviction notice. Really? Alright, fine. Let's roll back. This guy can't move very far anyway. Perfect. One hero didn't move. That was by design. Hey, thank you, ballistas. Alright, so how are we handling this one? Then kill him. Big rude. Let's just get him with this stun. I could do more than that, but I don't think I really need to. Pull back. How about poison orb? Probably that blocker. Right there. I think that guy counts as isolated. Yup, pretty sure that did. Okay, let's just do a ton of damage to this guy. Because we do... Any enemy that is currently not surrounded by buddies gets, like, double damage from this character. It's very strong. Okay, I think this area is fine. So you want to go over here. And help. Because this seems to be where kind of the mass of the mess is. Now, here's a question. Please tell me this propagates. I don't actually think it does. Oh. No, propagation is just in general. I see. I'm reading the rules for propagation wrong. So all this does is it weakens enemies down. That's not actually that interesting or good. So I should stop using that. Anybody else? Just you. Alright. Fine. I don't think anybody's getting to me. Oh, hell yeah, big ballista. Okay. Let's just pelt this guy a bit. Because unfortunately I can't go anywhere else. It's fine. I do have the death beam, if I really wanted to try something different today. But my secret is, I don't actually. I'm fine with what I've got. spread these. I mostly want to just make sure every enemy in this vicinity is just as vulnerable. Oh, it's this stupid blocker. Okay. I just want to make sure that they die of poison well before they manage to get anywhere else. Yeah, none of these guys are getting at me. Just in case. Yeah, there we go. But who's still got juice? He does, but he can't move anywhere. And he does. It's going to take a bit for him to bring himself to bear. And by a bit, I mean, they dead. Well, that was fast. Yeah, I definitely have to give melee more of a credit on this one, especially if I can get him sufficient amounts of armor and block. Like, he's just going to be able to row that hammer straight through most foes. Without any kind of worry. Okay, let's just start shelling these guys. Dodged? Rude. What else we got? Nothing? Yeah, the remaining guys are all poisoned, but I might as well just kill them manually. Save myself a bit of time. And we're good. Didn't think we would survive. We get some stuff. We lost 1 HP. Alright. Tons of tainted essence. I should probably actually spend some of those. Okay, so first and foremost, gold mine and night reward. Don't actually know if it... Ooh, reinforced medium armor. So that's absurdly good. Okay. Grab both of those. Because we need these to trigger. Upgrade this again, use it again. I think this mine is done. Yeah. The rest, I'm not going to upgrade how many uses they can be used for. I don't think I really need that. Because I don't want to waste too many of my workers on this. Move the fog back by 2 tiles. Okay, how much money do I have? I got 141. My dudes are decent. It might not be a bad idea for me to upgrade this mine at least once. But then consider doing other things. Alright, let's take a look. Daily mana regen. That's a good level. And this is our melee man. Flat armor up by 15 or dodge. His dodge is garbage. Let's just give him armor. More armor than he has any idea what to do with. So armor increased by 125% of daily health regen. Sure, why not? So Ramsey is a tank through and through, and I love it. This is Bellion. Bellion is good for crit. So I might actually want to consider going further on crit and pick up Deadeye, but I think we might want to pick that up later once we know how good they're going to be. These are all bad. Well, that's good. Still kind of mediocre, but I'll take the damage. Okay, so I think we want to grab Deadeye, just because this person's going to be critting pretty often. And Bacon. Bacon is currently our orb wielder. Magic damage increased by 25% of their current mana. And they don't use a whole lot. Oh, but no. What we want to grab is potent toxins. And maybe look into poison damage. Or movement points. Or mana regen. Alright, so we can... Bacon just can sling orbs. Left and right forever. And let's pick up extra action points. So, Owie. Owie is our... hand crossbowman. Let's just pick up the daily mana regen. and go patient? I'm feeling patient. Anybody else? No. Alright, they're all good. We've got a decent amount of tainted essence to drop on something here. Hello. What was I dumping it into? Now we could actually pick up some more pants. Rare item production is tempting. New havens will now start with 25 gold and 25 materials. I mean, these are great. Like, wealthy haven and action points 3 is absurd. Reroll the upcoming wave. More druidic staff. Staves? More orbs! Alright, we'll go for the orbs. I think I might want to still start going for some of the... Oh, right. We should probably also get catapults. Because that might be really good. Okay. Anything else? So I could build a new structure, or I could upgrade these. The one structure we should probably get is the mana well. Yeah, let's go for these. Because I gotta give it to one of my mana-less characters. Namely, Owie. There we go. So Bellion's still kind of low on mana, but that shouldn't be too bad. We don't have that much money, but we don't need that much. Oh, and we got some sick armor, didn't we? So if I go to character sheets... Ramsey City Stash. Reinforced medium armor. Oh, no. This might actually be a better Bellion weapon. Namely because Bellion barely has any mana regen to begin with. And also it's got that 9% crit chance, which is just so much better. Because yeah, if we can get Bellion up to 50 or even 100% crit chance, they just become a damage nuker. Anything else I can spend money on? No. Do I have any people? No. Build more defenses? Yes. Ballista? Ballista. Well, I think that's pretty much the only thing I can build. I can upgrade it, but I need money for it. There's also the lighter ballista. Now, are they only coming from the southeast? Oh, yeah, they are. I mean, when in doubt, chuck men at problem. Men and women. Chuck folks at it. It's good. Alright, 50 or more materials? Nah, we'll save it up. End phase. Unlimited ballista. Once we're done with the landmine... Oh boy. They're pretty spread out. We gotta work on this. Okay. How do we want to do this one? We've got a lot of dudes. So, Orbman needs to remain kind of our frontliner here. Spread them orbs. Especially because these guys are kind of tanky. There we go. That should work. Probably take Owie out here. Because Owie can slow enemies down and do a decent amount of damage. Probably just going to bully this guy into non-existence. Let's see. Can't do anything else. Okay, Ham Boy. Here's a question. He's best in large groups. It doesn't move that far, though, which is a bit of a consistent issue. I mean, he can move that far, but he can't pull back, which remains a problem. Only if I make it one, though. Okay. I think this is as good of a decent distribution as I'm going to be able to get it. Do I want to just kill the runner? Yeah. Then we get a decent chunk. Oh, I probably should have lightning bolted this group. Fireball is nice, but not that good. Alright. Some AP, plenty of poison. Whew. Ow. We might actually want to get Hammerman some perks here. Specifically the one to regain health. Because that actually might be really helpful for him. Okay, so where can I orb? I can orb here, but it's most practical for me to orb everybody in these incredibly dense masses of people. Even if it doesn't kill them immediately, it will kill them eventually. Okay, we're out of juice there. Move back a bit. Who's even capable of moving? I think it's just the runner. Slow those down a bit. Poison this guy a bit further. Same thing with this one. Okay. So you took 12. Ouch? I think that is official ouch territory. Okay. Go back. So this... we have some problems. Let's kill the runner. And probably hit the splitter a couple of times. There we go. He dead. If I can kill him. I couldn't quite. Okay, so it looks like we're mostly safe. Do you have anything? No. Okay. Now we're safe. Except for him. It's gonna be this guy. This guy does not enough damage to even come close to threatening Owe. I think we're just gonna take it. Boy, that's a lot of poison. That's a lot of enemies! Oh boy, howdy. We're just gonna have to... take him out slow. I don't see any armored enemies in this mix, which is good. Give him that. And then run back. Because at this point, this is starting to become... problems? Okay, 1, 2. This guy can move damn far. I thought this area out here wouldn't be so bad. It's kind of spooky. Not gonna lie. Okay. So you want to be... Okay, you can move just far enough to hit Oe, but I don't think that's a problem. Okay, now nobody can hit Oe. So, speaking of areas that are a problem, I think this area desperately needs a lightning bolt. I would so love to do more than that. Anybody else that comes off as immediately isolated? The answer is no. Well. Okay, take those guys out. We're just going to have these two hang here. Probably going to get hit by this splitter, and I don't... I thought I had stunned this guy, but I guess I hadn't. Shoot. Oh, this is going to hurt. At least these two characters have a lot of armor. If there was anybody to get caught out in the open, it would be them two. Armor up. Alright. One hero didn't move. Kind of by design. Ooh. Alright. Let's take a look. Those are some good shots. Okay, take him out so he can't get close. Oh, Jesus, where did these guys come from? Oh, no. They came from exactly where I expected them to come from. My poison just doesn't do as much damage as I'd like. 38. I don't think I'm going to be able to kill them. Just delete that dude. I'm gonna bring him over here. We want to poison both of these guys, which should slow them down to the point where they cannot move. No. Okay, they can still move briefly. I got one more of these. How far can we move? A fair while. I just want to spread the poison to as many dudes as I possibly can. And then probably hit the speed machine. Let's get over here. So this guy can't move. These guys can barely move. They'll start hitting that, but hopefully we'll be fine. How's this area looking? Bad. And it's like all choppers too. I think that's the wild part for me. That wasn't worth it. Okay. You're free. Let's go here. Seriously? Rude. Okay, pull back. Now, how are we doing with Ramsey? Stinky. Okay, stun those suckers. If I move here, mess them up. And then there's nothing else I can do about it. Alright. This is, a bit of a mess. We'll be fine. We're at the end, and these guys should start... Okay. There's an elite splitter there. He is very fast. Okay, how long are these guys poisoned for? Time. Poison that group. If only that poison came with a reduction in movement speed. How tough is this? Oh my gosh, he's got a lot of HP. We have. How much is this? I mean, this will do bonus damage to him. Blink both of those guys so they can't get anywhere. These guys are still incredibly slow for a little bit, but we gotta go over here. Okay. No, this is weak spot. Oh, weak spot is armor piercing. Okay, there they go. That's a bit better. How many movement points does this guy have? Okay, now he can't move. No more of that. Let's see. Move back over here. Armor up. This area is bad, but could be worse. Okay, how we looking? Unfortunately, we don't even have enough juice for a fireball. Because this character had no mana regen up until recently, and even then still has some mana regen problems. Luckily, I do have walls. And Bellion is our crit caster. Bacon. 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 Do some damage. There we go. Bosses not looking nearly as spooky as they were. Let's just, I'm just gonna keep dropping hammers on the largest crowd I possibly can. It's maybe not the most practical. Oh, yeah. Can't do anything else. So that elite was the question mark before the start of the night phase? I don't know, actually, if that's the case. Ow. I think elites will just show up based on units that are available. I could be wrong. Okay, so we gotta delete this guy. That's enough, he dies of poison. Okay, go here. Spread some Christmas cheer. More Christmas cheer. Run back. Now, does this guy die? I think so. Okay, this guy ain't moving. We just want to put the axe dudes in a position where they can't move. That's truly the ideal I'm looking at here. Because if the axe guys can't move, then they can't get at me. And I can just pepper them down the rest of the way. Anything else? Nah. Give armor. Scoot back. You're out of juice? Cool. How do we do about this area? And it seems like most of the enemies aren't actually particularly durable. Okay, move here. Drop another big hammer. It does, like, good damage, too. So close. I need just slightly better weapons. And then I become a true terror. But, alas. I guess I could just try punching enemies, but that... I don't know how productive that is. Okay, he dead. Thank Gorb for ballistas. Whew. Okay. Blast them all. How much do I still have? Okay. Out of attacks, but fine. Keep blasting. It missed. There we go. Okay, how we looking here? Looks Looks like these guys pretty much are not going to be moving anytime soon. Which is exactly the way I like it. Oops. Missed that one. Fine, he can't move very far. Okay. None of them are going to be able to do anything dangerous. Okay. The hell did I put him back there? I don't know. Okay, that'll go up that line. That'll go up that one. These guys are all looking pretty poisoned. More poison for everybody else. And I don't know, brace self. We got Bellion's got nothing because no mana. Alright. So far so good. Yeah, they're hitting my walls. But I can rebuild. I wasn't even really using them anyway. Alright. I got juice. Right. This is out of range. Big rude. Back. If I go here, hopefully I can hit both of these. That's what I was looking for. There we go. I think at this point we've got pretty much the entire pile down. I just gotta make sure this guy can't move. Can he move? He can currently move. Let's hit this guy for good measure just because he's about to come off. Okay, so he's alive, but not a problem. And then these guys are isolated, which means I do buku damage to them. Alright. They're good. More hammers. I will somehow have enough mana for all of this. Don't question it. If I actually go back here, I can just hit this guy once. Perfect. Because I can just mostly focus on hitting the claws. I just want you to die. Bango. Alright. Anybody have anything left? Yeah, but I don't have enough juice to cast anything. Oh yeah, we're fresh out of mana. But we won. I mean, I don't think there was any question of whether or not I was going to win. It's just the question of how costly was it going to be. I'm also curious about what boss is going to be at the end of this. Oh, if we're lucky. Won't be the weird plant boss. Alright, let's take a look. Decent amount of resources. Stunfest. Altered carbon. Yup. Alright, are they just coming from one direction again? I love it when that happens. Obviously, it's going to be really tough, but it's fine. Okay, so, ooh. Male coif. Crit power, isolated, and dodge. That's pretty good all the same. Otherwise, we get a hammer, level 3. This would go to Ramsey. Ramsey, it would be, on average, a 20 damage boost to him. Same general perks, a little bit more damage. Male coif. The critical power and isolated are kind of nice, and it's a lot of dodge. But otherwise, it's kind of okay. Okay. The only one I'd potentially put the male coif on would be Bellion. But no. We need the damage. Let's get the hammer for Ramsey. As cool as that red hood would be. Okay, one of you guys is not boosted. Grab all 3 of those. Because we're going to need the money anyway. Let's take a look. Character details. Mana, armor, eh. Daily health regen, kind of boring. Healing received. I'm going to pick that up. Let's just go for a 5% damage perk. So I think... Ooh. Because Initiator is great. First Blood. 3 less move points remaining. Attacking with a melee range skill adds extra damage, armor piercing, no block. And caster gains 20 armor, which is great. Disable second weapon set in exchange for 20% extra damage and 1 use per turn. Eh. Badly wounded. Lone Wolf. Which is good for him. But no, I think I want to grab Vampire. Killing an enemy with a melee weapon just heals for 4. Should make him just absolutely chonky out in the field. Now, Bellion. Bellion needs a new weapon. I think that's my biggest problem. I guess let's grab skill range on Bellion, and let's see what we can level up. I'm just gonna go with reliability. And let's re-roll these until we get something actually not great, but fine, whatever. I mean, max mana is good, and can still be filled up. So this is Bacon. Bacon is not a crit person, however, extra crit is always good. Bacon is our orb. Orb. Actually, so in retrospect, these are bad. I guess I'll go for the accuracy. And the magic damage. What I was hoping for was more poison, but it's fine. Well, at full health, extra reliability and extra skill range. Tempting, tempting. Anything else that would be better? Not really, no. I mean, there's like magic fuel, but I think confident is great. Because Bacon should always stay full health. Should. Are we thinking confident on this guy too? Yeah. What we really want is Initiator, but who knows when we're going to get that. Alright, move points, health, nah. Propagation damage is great, but just an overall damage plus 10% is way better. These are all bad, but I'll take them anyway because I don't have a choice. I wish the rerolls didn't actually reduce their choices, but I understand why it does. Okay, and we have enough tainted essence to buy us something. Hello. I was starting to invest into catapults, and I think I'm going to want to continue to do that. Might be the last time he has full HP. It's a possibility. I forgot this. Stores are garbage. They only ever generally have T1 equipment. Which is kind of rough. We might want to pick up the Journeyman's Wand anyway. Or hold up. Bellion. Bellion is mostly crit related. They have bonus to physical, bonus to range. They're bad at magic. So honestly, I shouldn't actually even... I shouldn't even be giving them a book. They also have a ton of armor, so like they wouldn't be a terrible melee character. So I could give him another hammer. We could go sword, but I don't think I actually care too much for swords. And we also have pistol, but pistol is kind of Okay. Alright. Yeah, one for the magic missile isn't bad, but it's also not meant for this character. Then we only have one character that's meant to be magic focused. And then otherwise they're not actually meant for it. Alright, let's push the fog back further. Because if I forget... I don't want to forget. So give myself some more money production. It's very tempting. Let's get this one. How many houses can I build? Upgrade both of these. Because we wanna use this. It more or less pays for itself. This can't be upgraded any further. Do I want to build? Because I could build a blacksmith or a bowyer. Let's go for the bowyer. Passive production. Item level ++. Help the bowyer. So that gets me 1. I have no more men. Okay. So what do we get? Why are all of these shit? What are the rifles? Hip shot. Inaccurate. Wait, suppressive fire. Oh. Oh. And assassinate. I'm not big on these. Oh, yeah. Let's just grab those. Not perfect. Okay, so Bellion's just gonna have a crossbow and a bow, because I can't do anything better. Give him the better hammer. Who do I give the hammer to? Alternatively, here's what we're gonna do. Bellion is just gonna have the crossbow and the hammer. We're gonna give the book over to Bacon, because Bacon can use it better anyway. I'm not actually sure if we're gonna use the book for much, but like a lightning bolt or a fireball would be kind of handy here and there. Okay. Do I have enough? Kind of, yeah. Let's get some more ballistas. And if I can, one reinforced stone wall right in front of this. Impossible to see through, but my crossbow, or my ballistas, should be able to see straight over. Okay. Move everybody around. Okay, so Bellion doesn't have that much mana. Ramsey doesn't either, but it's kind of fine. Always probably the one that we need to give the mana to. There we go. Anything else I need to do? Nope. Pretty poor. Now this is maxed out, so all we have to do is upgrade the last gold mine. Because I don't think I can build anymore. Or maybe I can. I don't know if there's a limit.